several minutes, agents and troopers worked to safely remove the remaining truck occupants and to take them into custody. Those people included Brian Bundy, Shauna Cox, and another woman who was not arrested and will not be named. As soon as the agents and troopers were confident they had addressed any further threats, they provided medical assistance to Finicum. That happened about 10 minutes after the shooting. Agents and troopers did find 3 other loaded weapons inside the truck. They included 2 loaded .223 caliber semi-automatic rifles, and there was also 1 loaded .38 special revolver. Again, you can see the rest of this unedited video on the FBI's YouTube channel. Finally, I want to acknowledge again the stress and disruption that this occupation of the refuge has caused the citizens of Harney County. We know this is difficult. We know you want your town back. We know you want your community back. And we know you want this concluded as soon as possible. We're doing everything we can to bring this to a safe and swift resolution. I have time for these few questions.
Did the boy say anything when he stepped out of the car?
Excuse me?
Did he say anything?
He did make some comments to the troopers and agents when he got out of the car, yelling at them.
What did he say? Give us some sense.
That'll come out in the shooting investigation.
Were any other weapons discharged?
Go ahead.
Yeah. 2 quick questions. Number 1, is there any other video of this? And number 2, can you give us an idea how hopeful you are that this situation is about to end at the refuge?
There was another aircraft in the air. The video quality was much poorer than this quality. It would take the best video there is to show. What was the second question?
The second question, the situation up there, I know you're limited in what you can say. Is there reason to be hopeful that this standoff is nearing its end?
Our negotiators are working around the clock. As I indicated earlier, 9 people have left since the roadblocks have been established. We are hopeful that those negotiators will continue to be able to persuade others to leave the refuge.
Did Finicum or anyone else discharge their weapons?
That'll be determined in the course of the investigation.
How many shots were fired altogether?
I don't know the exact term. Again, that'll come out in the investigation, but it's single digits.
Can you describe Finicum's actions just prior to the
Yes, as is seen in the video, he makes a movement towards the inside right panel of his jacket where there was located a loaded semi-automatic pistol.
It appeared, Agent, as if his hands were in the air when he actually went down. Is that accurate?
I think the video speaks for itself.
Can we see it again?
The video is for public view. It'll be able to be downloaded on our YouTube channel.
How many times was he shot?
As I said, the shooting investigation should determine that.
Did agents fire at his vehicle before they shot him?
Lethal force was utilized as the vehicle approached the checkpoint, and of course, afterwards.
Will the media be allowed to take pictures of Finicum's truck?
At this point, no.
You mentioned that he reached for his pistol. Did he actually draw the pistol, or was it still in its holster, or whatever he had?
The shooting investigation is still ongoing, so that'll come out.
Was there any OSP dash cams?
No. The video of the incident was what we provided.
Something not related to the video for a second. You know, I really moved in once the checkpoint was removed closer. We're kind of referred to there might be some sort of white flag hanging off of the tower. I'm calling on this color photo.
If that is true, the media would be the first to know that. We have not had that reporting yet, at least as of the last 30 minutes.
You mentioned that OSP and FBI were together in this. Who fired the shots? Was it OSP or the FBI?
The Oregon State Troopers were the ones that fired the weapons.
Just to kind of, for clarity, what do you want the public to know in general when you see this video, when you see the shooting? What's the takeaway?
Takeaway from it for me and for the rest of those who were involved in this operation during the last 3 weeks is first, that we did everything we could to bring this situation to a peaceful resolution. Second, as was noted in the video, and as you'll see when you download that video again, that we waited a very long time. So we were able to get one individual out of that truck safely back and in custody. And and that for a period of almost 4 minutes, while commands were being given, the occupants of that vehicle refused to comply with those commands. That law enforcement showed great restraint. That when the vehicle then took off, you can see that it just about seriously injured a law enforcement officer as it barreled towards that barricade, and that based on the deadly force policies of both the FBI and OSP, deadly force was utilized in that situation.
Was there any less lethal use that was used on Finnegan's truck?
As you can see afterwards, as I explained in the video, those pops and sounds that, of course, no sounds in the video. Excuse me?
Just the flashbangs, that's all?
Flashbangs, sponge, projectiles which pierce the windows, and OC gas.
Thank you.
Would you talk about the demeanor of Ammon Bundy when he surrendered? Did he surrender peacefully? Were there any issues involving his surrender? Specifically about that.
All the occupants of the Jeep surrendered without incident, with no violence.
Was there any?
Go ahead.
Of the 4 people left in the refuge, what's the issue? What are their demands at this point?
I think you guys all know. Since they've been posting it on Facebook and YouTube at every chance they get.
Right.
Their latest is they want guarantees that they won't be arrested.
There's one that, in particular, that has a warrant?
I'm not going to comment on who has a warrant and who doesn't have a warrant.
Could you confirm that the law enforcement is physically in the refuge, even though there are people who are perhaps haven't left a certain structure or a certain area?
There is no law enforcement in the refuge. There is law enforcement at the checkpoints.
Could I clarify one thing from the day all this happened? There had been reports, which I've never heard confirmed or not, that there was an offer made to the people inside the refuge, the remaining people after the events we saw here, that they would be allowed to leave, and if they left, they would be allowed to go free. With these arrests last night, some in the refuge are saying, well, the law enforcement officials broke their deal. Was there ever an offer like that?
Now, what specifically happened was it took time to get the resources in place to put the checkpoints and establish the checkpoints both on the east, west, and south. During that period of time, there were people in the refuge in contact with FBI negotiators, and they were told to leave peacefully. There's never been and never would be any claim from the FBI or any law enforcement that there would not be any consequences to their actions. But that because we had nothing in place, had they left, the officer would have been able to leave the refuge. Because there was no one there to take them to custody.
Why was the operation taken out on Tuesday? I'm not talking about the shooting, but the operation to secure the individuals on Tuesday as opposed to earlier.
In any operation, there's a group of leadership that's running the show, so to speak. And at this juncture, it appeared that those who would be in a leadership position would be off the refuge and traveling elsewhere. And we took the opportunity to effect the arrest at that time.
Why did you decide to show the video so quickly?
I think it's very important when comments, accusations, or various claims are made depicting a situation that we can prove or at least clarify are inaccurate, that it's incumbent upon us when we're able to do so to show that. There will be times, maybe in the future, when other complicating factors might inhibit us from showing a video 2 or 3 days after the incident. But in this situation, based on working with our partners here in law enforcement in the county, and of course through our channels at headquarters, it was determined that it was an appropriate time and that we could share that information with you.
Were you aware that this leadership group was going to be traveling to John Day that day?
They had posted it all over Facebook and social media.
Two more questions. This was described as a traffic stop. Was there some sort of traffic violation?
No. Not that, well, you know what, I don't know, there might have been, but that was not the purpose of the call, or the stop.
Could you just very briefly recap this series of events, just the pulled over and then they sped around? What was the distance between when they first got pulled over and how far they went to the roadblock before they went off the road?
You know, the exact distance I can't tell you. That's why we actually show you the video. You can tell while I was reading this that a period of time went by and that they were traveling at a high rate of speed. And they had plenty of, they were stopped for well over 4 minutes. And then they chose, as I said 2 nights ago or last night, you know, actions have consequences. And the FBI and Oregon State Police tried to effect these arrests peacefully, as is evidenced by the fact that one individual in that white truck was able to exit and is currently in our custody. As that truck sped away, we again followed. We worked right on their tail. We were following them closely in an attempt to bring them to stop one more time. But as the video clearly shows, it was a reckless action that resulted in the consequences that you've seen here today.
Are all the people being charged with the same crimes?
At this point, yes.
Are there any indications of what Mr. Finicum was doing in that 4 minutes? Did he make a call, or do you know anything of what transpired?
That may come out in the shooting investigation, but this time we don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a couple of clarifying administrative remarks for media. The statement that Mr. Brensing just gave is uploaded currently both on flashlight10.net and on fbi.gov/Portland. The YouTube video link is also on fbi.gov/Portland. Later this evening, we hope to have a downloadable version of the video on that website as well that you can grab from fbi.gov/Portland. If you're looking for tweets, it has been live tweeted, the entire press conference.